Jason's last archery thing.
The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of UA Local 502 JCPS High School basketball starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Charles W. Miller Sports Complex here on the campus of PRP High School for tonight's doubleheader. It's a boys-girls matchup between the Butler Bears, or the Butler Bearettes in the first game, and the PRP Panthers, and the Butler Bears boys and PRP boys in the nightcap. The girls' game will start at 6 o'clock tip-off, and the boys' game is scheduled for 7:30. But now we're just going to go ahead with our regular pregame festivities as you're watching on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, representing the region's finest properties with exceptional skill, using the most innovative technologies available.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes! For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW. New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. From Glycod, it's UA Local 502 JCPS High School Basketball. UA Local 502, built on excellence, building a better tomorrow. Tonight's game is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen. He puts you in good hands. Thomas Car Wash and Holy Smokes Barbecue. Now, courtside for all the action from Glycod on UA Local 502 JCPS High School Basketball.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
"Holy smokes!"
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out your two.
Hi and a pleasant good evening. We welcome you to Pleasure Ridge Park High School here in Louisville, Kentucky for Glycod's presentation this evening of Kentucky High School basketball. John Baldridge alongside with you. A little late to get underway tonight between Butler and PRP. A double dip tonight. We'll have the boys and the girls. Right now, Butler moving the basketball right to left. It's a Butler team that comes in very good on the season, 18-7. This PRP team has been good of late, though. They've won their last 5 of 6, and they've won their last 4 coming into this matchup, and are 11-10 on the year. As an early start here, 5:03 left in the first, and a 3-1 PRP lead here at home. Good crowd here tonight on this Friday evening, February the 9th, 2024. We thank you very much for joining us as always. You're going to see a lot of zone look for both of these teams as Butler, with their head coach, who's been with this program for a little while, in her second season now, Candace Wheeler. Wheeler spent a year at Fern Creek, has been assistant between the high school and college games, spent some years as assistant at Louisville, Western Kentucky, Bellarmine. Played her ball at Xavier University, where I go to school. A grad there from 2004 to 2006, where she finished her career up from 2007 to 2009 with the Louisville Cardinals. Inside, Butler draws contact, and they will go to the line with their leading scorer coming into this matchup. Imara Robinson. Simi Robinson, not their leading scorer, but averaging 6.1 a game. And she makes the first one, and she'll have one more to come. Robinson, a 53% free throw shooter, goes 1 for 2 there, but a second chance back out top. They'll get it tonight. Inside, looking to the free throw line there for White, and taken back by the Panthers. The boys will get underway around 7:30 here tonight between the Bears and the Panthers. Inside, blocked away there, looking to go to the hole was PRP. Michael Black, in his 6th season with this Panthers team, comes with a record of 46 wins and 39 losses. And looking for win number 5 in a row tonight. Fox has it. Alyssa Fox, the junior, she'll hand it off. Carr goes inside. She gets into the paint and makes it from 5. A nice move. Mariah Carr, averaging 8.5 per game, and makes it a 5-2 game. Inside, White Down in the paint, lost it, but deflected back out. Into the hands of Russell, and she'll move it back up and swing it across court. Skip pass. 3 ball is good. Knocking it down. Goober left alone, and we're all tied for the first time since 0. Weathers inside. Back out to Janiyah Bolin, their leading scorer, coming in averaging 15 a game. Gives it to Carr. Back to Weathers. Weathers into the paint, gets it stripped inside. And a 4-on-2 break here for the Bearettes. They'll swing to the corner. 3 ball is up, no good by Bradley. A second chance underneath, and staying with it is Butler, and they'll go to the stripe for one more. Mariah Knight right there corrals the second chance and gives the Bearettes their first lead this evening. A lot of good action tonight around Kentucky high school basketball. We'll take a look at that in between games and get you set up for the boys' game coming on later here this evening. As 8-5 right now, 2:35 to go here in the first. Lee lines one up, left side, and it's no good for the Panthers. Back inside, drawing contact, and we're going to have a foul underneath on PRP. You got to look out for Mariah Knight, the leading scorer for this Bearettes team, coming in averaging 14.6 per game. Had 23 back on the 6th against Assumption. And one more coming here for Knight. And she makes it a 5-point game, 10-5 here early. And we got a whistle, and it looks like the official's right on the foul. That's going to be assessed there on the head coach, Michael Black, of this PRP team. It gets pretty hot in this year. Remember, we did a game early this December here, Mark Lieberman and myself, and they got the fans blowing in here right now. This place can get humid, but packed house. We might get a big crowd in here later tonight. Inside, getting it taken away. There is PRP trying to go end to end, and right there for the second chance is Knight after the miss, and a quick timeout used by PRP with 1:54 to go here in the first. We'll take a break in a 12-5 game. Be back here in a moment. You're watching high school basketball on Glycott.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
and a 7-point game, 12-10 early here in this first quarter. Weathers trying to get into the paint. Sends it back out. Going in his car, right? Carr swirls in and out, no good. And taken back here by Butler. Inside, Russell skips it to the corner. Gets it back out. Russell now looking inside for the big girl in Robinson, and they get it inside and they lay it in. Butler working the glass early. And up to a 9-point lead. Under a minute here, 34 to go in the first. Bolin has it. Dana Bolin going to hand it off. Gives it to Carr. Everything slowly around, and they can use as much time as they want. With no shot clock in the high school basketball game, and they can take all this time in the last minute. 3 ball, they line it up with 8 seconds left, and knocking it down from distance is Alyssa Fox, and that cuts it to 6. On the other end, down inside, off the glass, and it falls. Ramia White. White averaging 11.5 per game, makes it right there to finish the quarter. 16-8 after 1. We go to the second here in Pleasure Ridge. You're watching high school basketball on this Friday evening in Kentucky on Glide Cup.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back here tonight, John Baldridge with you at Pleasure Ridge Park on Glycod as we get set for the second after a competitive first. 16-8, Butler on the road looking for win number 19 on the season, coming in losing earlier this week on Tuesday to Assumption 56-47. They've had a good year, though, 9 games or above 500. And up by 8 here early as the Panthers of PRP will get the basketball here at home. And they'll set it up top. Looking inside, and a bad pass there by Weathers, taken away. Fox has it on the other end. And they'll move it to the top of the key. Swing to the corner. Mariah Carr's got it on the right wing, and she answers from a long range. And the biggest lead tonight here in the second. Up at 11 now. Butler rolling early. Weathers looking inside. Gets it to Bolin. Bolin spins it around at the block. Draws contact, missed the shot. But Janiyah Bolin will head to the charity strike. It's going to be on Mariah Knight. Team's first here in this second, her first foul. And Bolin, a 69% free throw shooter, makes the first. We joined by Paul Najar later as he will be on the call with me for the second. It's part of the second half, too, here in Pleasure Ridge tonight. As Bolin goes 2 for 2 there and cuts it back to 9. Up top, they have it. Fox looking inside, a beautiful dish down the block. Doesn't fall there, and it deflects out of play. Looking into the hands there of Gray, and it goes back to the Panthers, and they'll bring the length to the floor. Tonight's game presented by IBEW, Local 369. Power up your potential. Looking down low, and a bad pass by Carr. And we'll go back to the Bearettes. 6:50 to go here in the second. 3 ball, no good off the back of the iron there for Mariah Carr, and back to the Panthers. Down low to Weathers, and Weathers hits the deck, and we have a foul underneath. This is going to be the second here in the quarter on Butler, and Panthers will throw it in underneath. Imra Goober will take a seat for Butler, as Weathers will do the same thing for Pleasure Ridge as they get it out top. Carr has it looking inside, gets it to Fox. I mean, that's Bolin. Bolin back out, and a bad pass. That's going to be an over the back. Trying to set it back out to Crawford. We'll go back to Butler. Butler has dominated this series between these two teams, facing PRP 33 times and winning 30 of those 33. Barretts have also won the last 11 in this series as they look inside here, and a bad pass looking for Robinson and taken back by Pleasure Ridge. Carr looking to the free throw line. Bolin lines one up and puts it home. Got the shooter's roll there. And a 5-0 run here for Pleasure Ridge. And with 5:50 to go in the second, it's back to 7. Up top, Russell trying to do something with it. Gets it down inside the paint to Knight. Knight spins around on 2 defenders. Went up strong, missed the shot off the side of the rim, but she'll head back to the line. Mariah Knight, who's been a special piece to this Butler team this year, has started all 24 games. Makes the first there. Knight comes in, 6 double-doubles, 6 20-point games of the year, 9 double-doubles. A season high of 24 back at Owensboro on December 2nd. And goes 2 for 2. And gets the first points for Butler here in this second quarter. 21-12. Bolin at the free throw line. Gets it over right side. Moving in is Weathers and gets in there and lays one in. A nice move by Tana Weathers. Back to 7. Russell looking to the elbow. Just moving across, and that's what you'll see a lot from Butler. Using their time, getting good looks, and they got another one right down inside. Into Knight again, and she lays it in strong on the block right side. Beautiful passing. That's something that Candace Wheeler has preached in her first year here with this Butler team after spending many years in high school basketball, many years in the college game as an assistant. Inside, drawing contact is Weathers, and she'll head back to the line for 2 shots. Weathers, the junior, comes in averaging about 7.4 points per game. And Tana Weathers playing her 22nd game tonight and leaves it short there on the first free throw. PRP averaging about 51 points per game. Butler giving up about 42. Panthers trying to fight back down 9, and you can't miss free throws to do so, and 0 for 2 there for Weathers, but it deflects out off the hands of Butler, and a timeout used by Tana Weathers, by the head coach, Candace Wheeler for Butler. She's not happy with that. We'll take a quick break and a 9-point game, 23-14. You're watching high school basketball with 4:23 left here in the second on GlideCod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from GlideCod.
1.
Quick timeout used by Butler and a 9-point Bearets lead here in the second. 4 and change to go. And tonight's broadcast is authorized by PRP High School with the production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. We thank you very much for spending your Friday night evening with us and watching. Panthers will get the basketball underneath the Bearette hoop and get it into Weathers, and she went up and down. That's going to be a jump ball as Butler got their hands on it. And Butler will move it the length of the floor. Butler, meanwhile, averaging about 55 points per game. PRP giving up about 41 inside. Knight going up strong. Got it right inside the lane and moved it across and put it in from about 3 feet. 4:10 left here in this first half of play. Carr gets it to Weathers. Weathers inside the lane, goes up strong, missed it off the front of the rim, but back to the line goes Pleasure Ridge. That's already the 4th foul here early in this second quarter. 4 minutes down, 4 minutes exactly to go on Butler here in the second. Weathers has struggled at the line this year, has missed a couple already. Shooting a 45% clip, but makes the first there. Gober will check back in as sub going to be made for Butler. And 2 for 2 there. Excellent for Weathers. Nine-point game. And a steal taken away. They needed to take something. And right out of the hands inside. Bolin got a hand on it. Back to Pleasure Ridge. They'll set it up top with Weathers and slow it down. Give it to Carr. And Carr going to try to do something with it. Back to Weathers. Left side. Tana Weathers. Now a man look here for Butler in this first half. Weathers going to slow it up, and Weathers a real leader on this team in her junior year, only her junior year, but has really been a piece they've needed. Inside, missing the shot, missing the rim there was Kendra Lee, and back to Butler. To the corner. White loses it and taken back. Stolen away, trying to go coast to coast, and able to do so is Mariah Carr. Stole it, went full steam inside, draws contact down to the right block, made the shot, and she'll add one more possibly at the line. Carr, only a freshman, had 12 points on 2 rebounds Wednesday night in the win over Butler and win over Bullitt Central. Misses the N1 there. Carr going to throw it in and sets it up top. Gober back out to Bradley. Right side, they move it now. Set it back out to Goober inside. Knight got it at the free throw line, worked her way home, used her body, and got down to the block and makes the shot. Back to a 9-point game. And just when you feel like PRP has a chance to cut into it, Butler scratches a little more. Up top, Weathers. 2:20 left here in this first half. To the corner, 3 ball, too strong there for Lee. Second chance right underneath, not able to corral the board was the Bearettes. And the big girl, Janiyah Bolin, the senior, their leading scorer, puts it in for 2. The deuce is good, and we're back to 7. Pass to the corner by White. Inside back to White. And Ramia White not able to knock it down, missed the rim. And back to Weathers. Tana Weathers crossed the timeline with 1:40 to go. Carr inside, lost at the elbow and taken away a 3-on-2 break. Trying to go to the hole right side, missed the shot, but a second chance. Back up top, they'll reset it. Back to Knight, looking inside again, spin around, no good there for White. She had a look at it, tried to move her feet a little too fast, and just in a little bit of a hurry. Up top with 1:06 left. Bolin now. Picked up by White. To the corner. Now they'll move it back to top of the key, and it gets blocked. Got a hand on it, and back to Knight. Knight over Bradley. Bradley inside looking for White, and no good underneath. And the referee going to go talk with the head coach of Pleasure Ridge, as Michael Black is not happy about something with 46.9 left here in this second quarter of play. In a 29-20 game, Panthers going to get it back. Trying to finish the second quarter strong. Weathers. Inside, back up top. Trying to get past defenders. Carr back to Weathers, down at the block, but she traveled. Spun around, but moved her pivot foot inside. And the refs were right on top of that. Butler can hold for a final shot if they want, with 20 to go here in this first half. Knight double team. Gober back up top, back to Knight at the free throw line. Down low inside to White. White spins around, got her defender alert, and laid it at the block left side. And does so, and that's how the first half comes to a close. 31-20. After 16 minutes of play, we'll come back, take a look at some halftime stats. Get you set for the boys game coming up later here on Glide Cup.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
Back here at Pleasure Ridge Park High School tonight, as at halftime, the score 31-20. Butler on top, trying to pick up their 19th win on the year in an impressive first 16 minutes. Cruising in that second, getting inside and getting their leading scorer involved, Mariah Knight, who comes in, averaging 14.5 per game, put up a hefty number in that first half alone. Looking to match her season high of 24 she had back on December 2nd, and was a leader in that first half for their head coach, Candace Wheeler. Wheeler takes over a program. Wheeler's only in her second head coaching position, was with Fern Creek back in 2011 for a year, and took over this job here back in 2023. And has really turned around a program in her first year. At 18-7 on the season, was assistant, as we mentioned earlier, at Louisville, Western Kentucky, Manual High School, Bellarmine University, played at Louisville, played at Xavier University, and has really shined with some of the talent she's had this year and put together a really good roster and a really good team. As we take a look at tonight's scoreboard, and that is presented by Traditional Bank, is that beautiful scoreboard stating JCPS and some of our JCPS local high school games tonight. As also tonight's stats are presented by Ruoff Mortgage. Ruoff, opening doors. I want to thank everybody that listened in tonight. We got a lot of basketball for you coming tonight, not just in the Pleasure Ridge area, but around the state of Louisville and the city of Louisville and the state of Kentucky. A lot of high school basketball here on Glycol. We'll take a look at some of the games coming up. As you see some of the schedule. I'll dive into that too a little bit later on. But we thank you very much. The boys' game here tonight at 7:30 between Pleasure Ridge and the Butler Bears, and we'll have all that action coming up for you shortly. About 3 minutes or so before we get the third quarter started. We'll take a break and have that shortly. You're listening to high school basketball in a 31-20 game at the break. Butler on top here at Pleasure Ridge on Glycol.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
Blind Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
We go to the third. John Baldridge back with you here on Glycod this evening. On a beautiful Friday night in the Louisville area, a lot of people have made their way out to Pleasure Ridge, an 11-point Butler lead, looking for their 19th win on the season. Inside, Panthers moving it, and Bolin has it underneath and draws contact 9 seconds in. We saw a lot of fouls in that first half, and an early one here to start the third. Butler coming in 18-7. PRP's won their last 4. And they're 11-10 on the year, but a quick turnover there to start the third on the Panthers. And back to the Barretts. Inside, Knight, the leading scorer, draws contact in the lane and will take a foul. This is going to be a bump there on Pleasure Ridge. Now fouls on both teams 20 seconds in. As I mentioned early on, both of these teams have met a lot in the past, year in and year out. And the Barretts have won the last 11 matchups, and Butler has won 30 out of the last 33 against 130 of the 33 they placed against this Panther team. Inside, weathers into the lane and gets one to rattle home from 5. 31-22. Up top, Bradley to the corner. Inside looking for Mariah Knight again, and Knight takes a foul. This is going to be the second here early on Pleasure Ridge. Get it into Knight. Knight a little strong off the cylinder, and it goes back to the Panthers. They'll get into the corner. 3 balls. Got it. It's good. Oh, that's a Fox right side. And that makes it a 6-point game. And Pleasure Ridge Park try to jump back into it. Knight inside. Picked up by Bolin. Spins around and a good left hook. Got her defender alert and made it from 5. Carr hands it off. Gets it to Bolin. Bolin picked up by White. Slowly using it. No shot clock. As much time as they want. They'll kick it. Swing it over left side. 3 ball up. No good there. As trying to get it across the timeline is Butler, and they're able to do so with Knight. Knight has it top of the arc. Swings it over left side. 3 ball. Rattles around in and out. No good there from Goober, but underneath. Knight staying with it and corrals the second chance opportunity and lays it in. And it's back to 10 and a 4-0 run here by Butler. Weathers up top. In the lane. Hands it off, gets it back. 5:30 to go here in this third quarter. Inside goes Lee, and she traveled, tried to work her way home to the block left side and picked up the basketball. Wheeler had a good career. The head coach, Candace Wheeler, of this Butler team with Louisville, coming over from Xavier in 2007, playing 2 years for Louisville after 2 years with the Musketeers. And trying to turn around this program in her first season, doing very good with an 18-9 record. Inside, a beautiful dish down the block. And left alone was Romina White. And White makes it a 12-point game. 37-25. Inside, a kick to the corner. Bolin from the baseline left side and got the shooter's roll. Hard off the rim, but it fell in. It's back to 10. Carr looking inside to White. Double team back out. Gets it to Knight. Knight inside the paint and goes up strong. And Mariah Knight's having a night tonight. Weathers trying to slow it up. Panthers got to get something going, though, and blocked away. White got her big hand on it, swatting Bolin, shot away. And fouled on the other end underneath as Knight hits the floor. And with 4:05 left here in the third, Butler will throw it in. Four fouls here on the Panthers already in this third quarter, and we got a stoppage of play as to get down the towel out there as White gonna clean up the floor for Butler. And up top, Knight has it. Knight fades away and fires, and it's too strong. But back out right into the hands of Knight. Mariah Knight got to set it back up. Gets it to Goober. Goober kicks it to the corner, the extra pass to Bradley from the wing left side. And the biggest lead tonight, up to 15 now, 42-27. Barrett's rolling here in the third. And a cruising lead trying to pick up win number 19. Bolin answers on the other end for 3. And a timeout used by Pleasure Ridge. As Michael Black wants one, we'll take a timeout also with 3:31 left here in the third and a 12-point game on Glycott.
The reason I went to traditional bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different. Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back here as we, in a 12-point game in the third, John Baldridge with you on Glycod with Paul Najar joining me now here on the broadcast at Glycod. He'll have all the boys' action be coming on later. And filling in for Mark Learman tonight, we thank you very much for coming out and spending your Friday night with us.
It couldn't be better, John. This is tradition rich. You know, they're only about, if you draw a straight line from this high school to Butler, it's only about 5 miles, maybe 6, 7. It's not far. But my goodness, the roads you travel to get here and the sweat equity these young ladies and gentlemen put in to make this happen. You know, Butler's girls program, tradition rich. Candace Bingham Wheeler, unbelievable woman and student athlete and coach. Got to watch her do her thing not only at U of L but then as a coach at Bellarmine, and good friend. And she and her husband, they are Butler Athletics. I mean, he was a longtime football coach, and she's back in her first year as coach here and doing a heck of a job, 18-7 on the season.
Yeah, she takes a time out here, but, you know, I went to Xavier, and she's really went from a lot of programs. She played at Xavier, then went to Louisville, then coached a lot of different programs, Bellarmine to mention, in the Louisville area. But the way it's took for her so long to get a head coaching job, she worked at Fern Creek for that 1 year, but finally gets another opportunity, and she hasn't disappointed.
Well, it's for her, it was more about a path when she got where she was going to go, what she wanted to do. She wasn't. She was always engaged. Let me tell you, at Bellarmine, she made a huge difference for Coach Chancellor Dugan and her assistant, Shannon Litton. Candace took that program, helped take that program to a Great Lakes Valley Conference tournament championship in 2016. And look, she went down and coached at some smaller mid-majors. But now that she's back home, I think she's going to enjoy being here for quite a while as she settles in with these. You see how they play. This Butler team, tough, gritty. They don't make many mistakes, do they?
No, they don't, and that's why they're up 12 right now with 2:23 left here in the third. And you know, you talk about Wheeler, and you know, I get to cover a Xavier women's basketball team a lot, and they've only won 1 game on the year. But Wheeler, you know, just talking about how much leadership means to her and how much fight is in this team as Butler has a chance. PRP has a chance for 1 more right here. But you talk about Wheeler, you know, she was one of the WNBA draft picks for the San Antonio Silver Stars.
Yes, she
turned it down to go play overseas for 2 years.
Yes, she did, and there was a reason for that. And she'll tell you those better than I can. But interesting, and in that time frame, sometimes money was greater overseas, and the dollar went further overseas than it did in the early stages or in the first decade or so of the WNBA. But I will tell you, you know, this PRP team, they're no slouch. About 10 days ago, Wednesday, a week ago, I had them at Mail, and they defeated the Lady Bulldogs in a tough one. But they are gritty too. They make shots when you give them a chance. And so does this Butler team, obviously. But I expect PRP to stay with us and make this a fourth quarter to remember.
10-point game, 42-32 here with 1:30 to go. And Cy getting to the hole as Weathers, and she'll draw contact. That's going to be the third foul here on the Bearettes in this third. There'll be 2 upcoming for Tara Weathers. And Weathers has played well. You know, she's only in her junior year. This team has a couple. Mariah Carr in a freshman season here, 5'7". She starts for this Butler team. They have a lot of players coming back for next year.
And this Bolin is so good. She wears number 41. She is relentless. She's got an engine. She's got a motor. And honestly, she reminds me a lot of the way Candace used to play in her day. She's tough. She fights. And she makes her teammates better. She distributes the ball well. She's a threat inside. She's a threat from the baseline, 15 feet. And, it's an 8-point game.
Yeah, 2 for 2 there for Weathers. And a PRP team looking for their 5th straight win, come in at 11-10 on the season. And a bad pass taken away by Weathers, and she'll slow it up and move it across.
Coach Wheeler disappointed about the angles against that zone, 2-3 zone.
To Bolin, their leading scorer. Lines went up from the elbow, no good. And we're going to foul here on Bolin, trying to corral the second chance. This is going to be the 5th foul here on the Pleasure Ridge, and goes back the line for the Bearettes.
Yeah, Pleasure Ridge Park, when you get that 5th foul in a quarter, it's automatic 2. And Bolin, she knew she rushed that shot, and she went aggressively after the rebound, a step behind her opponent, and as a result, a foul and 2 free throws.
I think it's really beneficial moving to 5 fouls in the high school game, especially when you do it in college for the women already. They have 5 fouls, and you go to the line in the women's game.
And in both the girls and the boys games in high school, when you're doing this, what it does, it takes away some strategies. You're dealing with one-on-one situations and pressure, and there's pros and cons. I was never a fan of the one-on-one, and I'll tell you why. You foul. Why is it one-on-one here and 2 shots there? I never quite understood it. It gave the defense a little bit an advantage, and it sort of evened out. I understood it. When I played the game, I understood it. And when I coached the game, all good. It gave you some strategy. But now with the automatic 2 after 5, Fox.
On 3, Fox. And it's off
she
rim, no good.
5 of them last week at Mail. She was so good from, I think it was 5 of 6 from 3-point range.
Butler can hold for a final shot with 30 left here in this third. Inside, looking to get it to Robinson. It's taken away, but tracked back down by Robinson at the timeline.
Good hustle play. Now they'll probably settle for 1.
Patrick up top, swing to the corner. Gets it into the hands of Alexander, and we got a foul out front. This is going to send Butler back the line with 15.6 left here in the third.
With Knight on the bench, with Knight on the sideline, getting a rest, finishing up, making sure she doesn't get an extra foul at the end of this quarter. You're getting some reserve minutes out there, and these are critical. Okay. You don't want to close that lead down to 6 or 4. They got it back up into 11 now.
Alexander, a 59% free throw shooter, goes 2 for 2 there and makes it back to an 11-point game. Need a surge here with 10 seconds to go and need a bucket to finish the third. Up top, they have it. Carr inside the paint, draws contact, missed the shot. It got blocked, but she'll head back to the stripe.
And Carr has done this all season long. When she gets a crease, she's going to go after it. She loves that one-hand runner from going down the left side of the lane, and got nicked and had a chance to put it within single digits. She can't do that.
Carr comes in averaging 8.5 per game, their second leading scorer on this team. 56% free throw shooter. And trying to go 1 for 2, is able to do so and cuts it back to 10 as Butler going to get it in. Heave one down the floor, and it's just no good. Rattled around, in and out, no good. And that's how the first 24 minutes come to an end. We head to the 4th of 8 to go. And a 45-35 game. You're watching high school basketball on Glide Cup.
When
you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Back here with Paul and Ajar, my name is John Balders. We go to the fourth, and a 10-point Butler lead on the road, looking for win number 19 on the season, and they going inside to start. And lost it there was Patrick down at the block right side, and we got a jump ball and a tie-up. And this will give it back to the Panthers, and they'll bring the length the floor.
That was a generous call there. She was on the floor moving the legs a little bit. Thought she might get a travel, but she held on to it, tried to keep herself prone.
You know,
Butler will get the next one.
This will be a big win for Pleasure Ridge. They can fight back. They've won their last 4 coming in. And to find a way to pick up a win against a team that has really played some good basketball this year in the Bearettes.
The Bearettes, just tradition rich. Coach Just to our right here in the stands. A couple times won a state title, got his team to the finals, got his team to the semifinals. I mean, this 6th region for years went through Butler. And for girls basketball, and he's a big part of that right there, Mr. Coach Just, and Candace was one of his super talented players.
Back-to-back tie-ups as the freshman Carr couldn't hang on to the basketball for Pleasure Ridge and gives it back to Butler. White inside. Gillikin it down low to the block, and it's no good underneath, but staying with it for the second chance. Right there was Michaela Alexander.
Relentless effort there by Alexander. Just quickness, just attacking that rebound, knowing where the ball was going to go and getting to it.
The boys coming up later, about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Stay with us here on Glycott. Second chance right there. Weathers off the miss and went up strong and has a chance for one more.
I mean, Weathers, they're undersized, but don't think that they can't fight like that. They get to balls that a lot of players won't get to. They fight for every possession.
Both of these teams don't allow a lot of points. Pleasure Ridge only gives about 41. Butler about 42. On the other end, no good there by Patrick. Second chance, wide underneath miss. And a third chance, and we got a tie-up. The third one here of this fourth quarter. And this one will go back to the Panthers.
Fourth possession change already if you count the first touch of the fourth quarter.
Down 10. They've cut it to about 6. No closer since the first. And need to score here. Weathers inside, past the three-point line, pulls up, no good. It's going to deflect out and stay with Pleasure Ridge.
Weathers is just dying for that. That's her space. She loves that little runner. And look, this is a rival game. They could be, one team could be undefeated, the other could have no wins, and it still would be a really, really tough contest. They're big rivals.
Talk about that rivalry. It's starting to fill up a little more here as the boys coming up later. It looks like it might be Army night over there in the student section here at Charles W. Miller Athletic Complex. I caught a lot of their football games here this year, Paul, and they're redoing the press box over there, rebuilding the turf on the football side, and a beautiful basketball facility they have here also at Pleasure Ridge Park.
Lots of talent. the facilities here, once you get to the school, it belies everything. You know, the gym's over here, the football stadium's here, the the gym's here. Then you get to the baseball field and what they have done with baseball over the years, with legendary Coach Miller here, it's amazing. And what they have done here, you have a community that is so entrenched. They're entrenched with this school. This is everything to them. And PRP, a lot of pride in Pleasure Ridge Park.
It was a Pleasure Ridge football team that had a chance to beat Ballard in the first round. I had that game.
Overtime?
And they lost. Went down to the last play. The Panthers had the ball around the 40 with about 40 seconds to go, down 28-21. And they had a man open around the 10, couldn't hang on, and just fell short. Ballard went on to get down to, I believe, the semifinals. It was a very good Panther football team. A lot of seniors they had on that roster this year. Inside of the elbow, no good there by Pleasure Ridge, and back to the Barrettes.
Lots of talent at PRP.
Inside, using the baseline is Alexander, and dribbles it off her foot and goes back to the Panthers. They'll bring the length of floor. 5:19 left here in a 10-point game. And Butler looking for win number 31 in the 34 times they faced this Pleasure Ridge Park team. Long two, up and no good there for Pleasure Ridge by Fox. Back on the other end, 3 ball from straight on, by no good by Goober, and back to the Panthers.
And just watch these coaches operate, and they're so in tune with their team. Candace isn't one to say much during play. Oh, Bolin with a great, she's so tough. So tough, John. She makes plays. She's athletic, but man, that was a sweet finish.
Up top they have it. And Carr gets it taken away, trying to go Weathers left side and missed it. Right there of her second chance, up and fouled is Pleasure Ridge with 4:22 left here in the fourth. And this is going to be the second here on Butler. And we'll have 2 upcoming for the freshman for this Pleasure Ridge team in Mariah Carr.
Carr, just, again, finding the space to get that offensive rebound. That's the second or third one she's had in this fourth quarter. Finding the space, getting the rebound, trying to get that putback, see if she can convert.
Carr, a 56% free throw shooter. Her first is no good.
Tough break. Saw Bolin come over during that stoppage of play while they were setting up the free throws, come over to talk to her coach here and get some instruction. Such a solid player she is.
Carr playing her 22nd game tonight. Goes 1 for 2. Cuts it to 7 with 4:20 left. Butler bringing it across. We'll see a 2-3 look here for the Panthers.
They're sagging a little deep.
Russell to the corner. Knight answers from distance.
And Knight can play anywhere on the court. Inside, outside, next level. She probably will be a swing or a wing, but just tremendously gifted young lady.
Weathers inside. Hands it off. Crawford gets into the paint. Got it blocked. We got a foul. And back the line will go PRP.
Who was that on?
Tana Crawford coming in, the 5'7" junior.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know who that was on. I didn't know if that was on Knight or not. It wasn't.
Believe they gave it on Crawford there.
They did. Knight did such a good job. She was half beat, and she didn't come down on the block. She got the block, but Crawford hit the body.
And the second goes there for Crawford.
Or Crawford, I got to tell you, if they've been 50% in the last from the line in the last 5 or 6 minutes, and even at the end of the third quarter. They get those free throws. This is a 3-point game. Breakaway.
Stolen away by Weathers, and Weathers not able to make the layup. Tana Weathers had a chance to cut it to 7. Back to Russell. She'll move it and set it back up top. Give it to Bradley. In a 50-41 game with 3 and change left inside. Knight in the paint, drawled contact. And they're going to call this, I believe, on the floor before the shot.
Indeed.
This will stay underneath to the left side of the hoop with the Bearettes. And both of these teams don't go very deep. So you got to wonder about the fatigue factor out of some of these players who've been going all 32 minutes of this ball game.
And, that is a factor, especially with some of these younger players who may not be, at this point in the season, the freshmen are sophomores, the sophomores are juniors, the juniors are seniors, but you definitely have to manage that energy. Oh, there's good energy right there, John.
Knight knocks it down from the baseline.
Yeah, 16 feet, 20 feet, 22 feet,
well,
2 feet.
This is the 22nd game for Pleasure Ridge, the 24th for Butler here this evening. An 11-point game now. Carr inside. Double team, gets it back out to Bolin. Bolin gets into the paint, goes up strong, throws it off the glass, no good. But the fourth foul here on Butler will send him back to the line.
Smart play from Bolin. She felt the contact, threw it off the glass, gets the 2 free throws. See if she can cut the lead to 9. The tougher thing, John, in recent weeks, the last 3-4 weeks, has been an up and down schedule for both teams with delays and cancellations and postponements of games, unable to practice on certain days. That can be really tough on a high school, especially in this time with, stay home and instruction at home. That really curtails opportunities for these student athletes to maintain their fitness level at the very minimum.
Good skip cast there by Knight to the corner, going inside. Goes Gober and gets to try to get it back tonight, and we got a whistle, and this is going to be a foul. Trying to track it down. Knight couldn't hang on to the basketball. It's going to be on her with Weathers trying to track it down, and it will go back to the line for Pleasure Ridge, trying to fight back into it with 2:22 left. Down 9 now, and Tana Weathers will go back to the stripe.
Mariah Knight, as sometimes she gets a little ahead of herself. Boy, if they hit some of these free throws, John, it's a 3-2-point game. Coach is just bewildered by the free throw shooting tonight.
Weathers has struggled this year at the line, only 45% coming in. Missed a couple early in that first half, goes 1 for 2 there. And it's 52-44, 3-ball, no good. Deflect back out, but right in the hands of who else? Mariah Knight.
She's everywhere.
Hand it off to Gober, and Gober's fouled way up top. With 2:06 left, that's going to be the third here of this fourth quarter on Pleasure Ridge Park. Stay with us after the conclusion of this one. We'll take a break, come back, get you set up for the boys' game. Swing to the corner, 3-ball, no good there by Bradley, and back to the Panthers. Fox inside. Too strong off the cylinder, and it's back this time to the Bearettes in a 2-on-2 break. Inside the paint, skip it to the corner, inside, moving to the hole, drawing contact, shot no good by Amari Goober, but she'll head to back to the line.
Good attack.
As they're going to come and talk to the head coach, Candace Wheeler, whole team besides Goober, and she'll have 2 upcoming. The first is good. We'll have a big crowd. Looks like it's going to show up for the second game tonight. People filing in by the minute for the Bears and the Panthers in the boys action.
Huge 6th region matchup, for sure.
Bolin with the board on the miss there, 1 for 2. At the line goes Butler, and it's a 9-point game. Weathers inside, got it stripped out of her hands, trying to stay with it, and it's going to deflect off the hands there of the Bearettes as Patrick wasn't able to hang on to it, and Panthers going to get it back.
PRP extending this game. Still 9 points, not insurmountable with 80 seconds left.
Bolin trap, gonna have to hand it off. Gets it back to Weathers. Weathers gonna send it back to the top of the key to Carr. Carr back to Weathers, she'll get into the paint, get it back to Bolin. Bolin, their leading scorer. Gotta do something, a minute now, down 9. She'll get to the cup and lay it in. Carved her way home and a timeout used by the Panthers, down 7 now, and they're gonna really need a turnover and some stops here.
Full timeout. We'll take a break, correct?
We'll take a quick break. Be back in a moment for the conclusion of this one on GlideCod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from GlideCod.
Back here with Paul Najar on this Friday evening. Thank you very much for spending your Friday night with us. I'm John Baldridge. And Paul, they're going to need some stops, down 7. Butler trying to pick up win number 19.
Yeah, and they can look. Butler or PRP is going to look back on this one if they don't close this gap and get the W. They're going to look back at missed opportunities, from layups to bunnies to open threes, open looks, and the free throw line is where they're really going to look at this and say, hey, we're right in this. We're right in this game against a really, really good Butler team that's honing itself into competition for the postseason. And
Patrick, a beautiful dish down inside, and White lays it down the block right side.
Ryan, I just, wow.
Bolin from the corners,
and
got
there
it.
You go.
And are you surprised you don't see a full court press here?
A little bit. They got back. That was such a quick three. And they're going to have to foul.
Knight to White from the baseline left side, no good, but Mariah Knight, who else again, right there to corral the second chance and sets it back up top to Patrick.
An outstanding young student athlete. She can play anywhere. She makes things happen. The engine of this Butler Bearettes team.
And the Bearettes will go back the line, up 6 and trying to ice it away with 15 seconds to go. And the first is no good. Even if you're Candace Wheeler, you can't feel like you're too satisfied with what you see here tonight, I would say. It hasn't been the most cleanest game out there, but they got the rebound and going to find a way to possibly come out here with the win.
They're trying to salt this one away, and I know Coach Wheeler will take a look at this. Candace will look at this with her team and say, hey, we scored 55. We should have scored 65 or 70. And the missed opportunities for them as well. But that's what you get in a rivalry game, John.
Knight's first is no good, and this Butler team coming in averages 55, so right at that mark right now. And 1 for 2 there for Knight.
Great form.
Makes it 7 with 12 seconds left. And you're going to need a bunch of buckets here quickly.
Oh, there's a quick move.
Carr inside, off the glass, lays it in. A timeout quickly used with 7.5 left.
That was a quick move.
We'll take a quick break. Be back here for the conclusion in a moment on GlideCod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to JCPS.
Back here as Butler with 7.5 left, trying to run it out. And a pass ahead across the half-court line. Save there by the Bearettes with Bradley. And she'll head to the line as almost an opportunity for a steal there to get the basketball back for the Panthers.
With 5.4, you were looking for something, maybe a trap down low, but a good job by the Bearettes getting the ball moving down court, and an opportunity to salt away the game again from the free throw line. I imagine both teams, coaches will be asking their players to get to the free throw line and practice.
And Kaniza Bradley missed both, but again, I'll say it one more time. Who else but the rebound to Mariah Knight? And she'll run the final seconds out on this Friday night, February the 9th, as the final score. Butler wins it on the road. The Bearettes win it 56-51. We'll come back, take a wrap of this one, and get you set up for all the action on the boys' side quickly. Coming in about 20 minutes on Glidecap.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
John Baldridge back with Paul and Ajar here as we wrap up the conclusion and break the first game down tonight between the Panthers and the Bearettes, as the Bearettes win 56-51 here on the road, picking up their 19th win on the year, ending the 4-game win streak of the Panthers. And what did you see you really liked in that one?
What I saw was some really good defense, John, and we didn't get to touch on this during the game. Both teams had a chance to score. Both teams had a chance to score more, at least 10 to 20 points more, whether it was from bunnies or free throws or putbacks, whatever. It's just that the defense on both ends, especially that Butler end, made it just a little more difficult for PRP to get those extra buckets, to get those extra points when they needed it most, and Butler was able to come away. That was impressive to me. Both teams fought as they do in a rivalry game. That's what it is. PRP and Butler, rivals to the end.
It was the first time I saw either team this year, and I was very impressed. As we said her name many times, for Mariah Knight tonight. Mariah
Knight is just a basketball player. Whether, her stature, even though they list her as 5'7", she plays bigger because her feet never stop moving. Her body positioning is pretty solid in and around the basket, and she just makes the plays happen because not because of any luck. Let me tell you, it's because she works hard at finding the spots where she can be successful.
Tonight's scoreboard is presented by Traditional Bank. Who you bank with matters, and tonight's final stats are brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage. Ruoff, opening door. Let's take a break. Get you set for the boys coming up shortly as you see the teams down in front of us getting set for a big rivalry matchup here on the south side tonight. That's all coming up shortly. Stay with us on Glycott.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds to wet, not just blind.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back here, John Baldridge with you with Paul Najar, wrapping up the post-game show for the girls' game before we get the boys' action tonight. And the Bearettes win it of Butler 56-51 in the first game tonight over top of Pleasure Ridge. And we look at the upcoming schedules for both of these teams. First for PRP, they will go on the road to Fairdale in girls' action at 5:30 this coming Tuesday. And they have Central next Friday, then Whitefield Academy, and then they'll round out the 2023-2024 season with more to finish that out on February 23rd. For the Bearettes, they have 3 games left at Manual this Tuesday, then Oldham County on Thursday, then next Tuesday, the 20th, at Spencer County. How do you think both of these teams will do? Get into the tournament play, you get into finally districts and regions.
Now, 6th region is not it's not easy. It's a tough region. And when you talk about Mercy and Bullitt East and Butler and these traditional powerful programs, I like what I've seen from PRP. I really do, in the sense that can they be one of the 8 to get to the region? Absolutely. But Butler will definitely be in the mix there. They're still probably a player or 2 away from where Coach Wheeler wants them, but I believe both of them have a good shot to make the regional tournament. And when you make the regional tournament and it's a one and done, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. They both have players who can drop 25 in a heartbeat on you, from Bolin to Knight for Butler, Bolin for PRP, and others, Fox from the outside. That's what I think both of them will make that 6th region.
Tonight's most outstanding players were presented by State Farm Insurance agents Mike Shelton, Brian Morrison. As I always say, like a good neighbor, State Farm is always there. And who really caught your eye tonight, Paul, from both teams in the girls' action? Mariah Knight, obviously from Butler, and I know that you like the guard play. I like Bolin, but I think you're right. The guard play was really significant for PRP. Tana Weathers really led the way at the guard position, the 6'2 junior. Also, the freshman having a very good tonight, Mariah Carr, who's getting a lot of starts on the year in her 22nd game played tonight, was able to work her way inside. A lot of free throw opportunities in that ball game, and more would have fell for the Panthers. Possibly could have came out but win. The final score from the girls' game, though, 56-51, as the Bearettes come out here on the road with a victory here in Pleasure tonight. Again, one more time, the most outstanding players are presented by Allstate Insurance agents Mike Shelton and Brian Morrison. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is always there. We'll take a break and get you set for the boys' action next. We're about 9 minutes before we get that thing tipped off here on the south side of Louisville tonight on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
"Holy smokes!"
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
(1965) male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
Hi again, everybody. We join you once again. It's time for the boys basketball action on this Friday night nightcap. John Baldridge alongside with the man to my left, Paul Najar, as the boys Pleasure Ridge Park team getting set about 5 minutes before we get this thing going tonight. Butler back on the floor getting set. A big South rivalry. They said tickets sold out for this action. You cannot buy a ticket. And that's when you know it's a big basketball game. That's when you know that everybody in the Shively area will be here in Louisville tonight. And it was a good first game we had in the girls' action between the Bearettes and the Panthers as Butler came away with the victory. Getting set for a boys' tip tonight as Panthers up Pleasure Ridge come in 11-12. Butler 13-7. And Paul, what are your keys when you dive into this matchup in this game tonight?
It's a defensive thing here. PRP struggles to score. 55 points a game, 55 allowed. They've got to find opportunities here on their home court to score easy. And as Hall of Fame coach Gary Forrest would say out at Oldham County, he would say, first to 60 will get there. I'm not sure this game will get to 60 because of the defenses, because of the value of stopping the opponent that both coaches put onto the court. Look, PRP under Coach Mabry, legendary coach, over 930 wins for Coach Mabry in his career. And, they just did it with incredible talent, but they always had rock-solid defense when they needed it. So Butler's going to have to overcome that on the road in a hostile environment.
We look at the starting lineups for both of these teams tonight and the projected starting lineups. For Butler, they will go Dontre Russell. Russell, the 5'6 senior, averaging about 12 points per game. Also Michael Jones. Jones, the 6'2 junior, averaging about 9.6. Elijah Carter. Carter coming in, having a very good season. The 6' junior, averaging 2.8 points per game. Dang Arpo coming in, having a good season also. And rounding out the starting five is Jaden Perkinson. Perkinson will get the start at guard tonight for this Butler team. For PRP, it's a Panthers team, as I mentioned, one game under 500, come off a loss to J-Town back on Monday night, 68-50. They'll go Aiden Glass, their
senior guard. Yeah.
He'll get the start also with, they'll go Kajon Shepard, Chris Finch, the junior, Zachary Goodman, the junior, and also the junior, and the big man, Tristan Warfield, 6'7". He's a big man to stop inside.
He's tough, too. Very, very quick, and you've got to get him touches. When they get him paint touches and get ball reversal, that's an effective offense. Aiden Glass, small in stature, but he can get off shots from all over. He can play, and he can score from deep. He can score going to the rack. as well. Both teams 11-12, John. It's going to be an interesting matchup as you look at the stats. They're very, very similar.
It should be a fun one. Tonight's broadcast is authorized by Pleasure Ridge Park High School with the production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, game personnel. We're just about set to get this one started about 2 minutes before we do so. We'll take a break and have the tip next here on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. From Glycod, it's UA Local 502 JCPS High School Basketball. UA Local 502, built on excellence, building a better tomorrow. Tonight's game is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen. He puts you in good hands. Thomas Car Wash and Holy Smokes Barbecue. Now, courtside for all the action from Glycod on UA Local 502 JCPS High School Basketball.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product is based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name is Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car.
A big matchup here in the south side of Louisville with Paul Najar. I'm John Baldridge. Butler and PRP, and we're just about set. The tip is up in the air, and the tap and a sellout crowd belongs to the Panthers.
Homestanding Panthers looking to get off to a very good, fast start.
What do you expect to see here early, Paul?
ball movement, and without Aiden Glass on the floor, they're going to look to find some open, and hopefully the big man inside, but they take that quick three.
Shepard a long three, and it's back for the first possession to the Bears. Inside, going in strong is Anderson, and Santana Anderson, the sophomore, called for the travel.
And you see the defense. We talked about it in pregame, the defensive intensity of Coach Kinley's team. And you talk about a longtime assistant of Dale Mabry's, where Dale Mabry had these guys could score at PRP, but they could also defend. And Coach Kinley, he has his team defending very well this year as well. You're a Trinity alum, Coach Mike Szabo. You don't score 60 on Trinity. It's very, very difficult. Same thing with PRP.
Goodman up top, trying to get it back to Warfield, and it's taken away. And back to the Bears. They'll cross the timeline. About a minute in here early. And people just keep filing in front of us. Top the bleachers here in Pleasure Ridge.
Rogers Park student section about 20 feet to our right. Students filing in right in front of us.
Gets it to Russell, back to Williams. He'll line it up left side, and Dayton Williams no good. Inside Anderson, and he's fouled. And they're going to call this.
They're calling this
over
one on
the
Butler.
back. And now that's going to go on the Bears.
He pushed. Not sure that was on.
It's kind of hard people walking in front of you the whole time.
Oh, they did call it on PRP. That was Shepard, I believe, with the push.
So threw it underneath. They do call it on the Panthers.
Good zone presence from
PRP.
Get it in.
But Williams all the way to the cup, and he'll draw contact.
Williams,
to the line.
Williams with a very quick first step, gets by his man. That was terrific zone defense on the inbounds play, but Williams made even a better play to get to the rim and draw the contact.
Dayton Williams, their leading scorer, the 5'7" senior, didn't play back last Saturday against Ohio County, averaging over 20 points a game, though. And he's a 65% free throw shooter, and he makes the first.
Butler 2-0 in the 22nd district, 6-5 in the 6th region, 11-12 on the season. PRP 11-12, 5-4 in the 6th region, and 1-2 in the 21st district. A rare sub 500 for PRP in district play.
2 for 2 there for Williams, and a turnover almost there by Pleasure Ridge, but getting it back up top, and they do turn it over now. Taken away by Santana Anderson, trying to go down the block left side and goes up strong.
Bodies
and he
flying.
takes it away again, and a kick onto the right side, and a quick 6-0 start here, and a timeout early. Pleasure Ridge, and that's the way you can jump on them quick.
And Santana Anderson, what a sequence from him.
Anderson, the 5'7" sophomore, gives us a 6-0 start. We'll take a quick break. Be back in a moment here on GlideCap.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website TS.
Panthers going to get it back down 6-0 here early. Still looking for their first bucket. John Baldridge with Paul Najar on GlideCod on this Friday evening. Trying to get something inside. Into Warfield.
Yeah, Warfield way out on the perimeter, and that's a tough place for him right now.
And they're just around the ball everywhere. To the right, to the left, and you got to find a way to slow it down and get a good possession here early.
Butler defense just hounding PRP at every step of the way.
And Anderson gonna get his hands on it and corral a jump ball. Over these coaches, been with their programs for a little while. Kevin Geary in his 3rd season for Butler comes in a record of 49 wins and 38 losses. Larry Kinley,
yeah.
92 wins on 39 losses in his 5th season. Inside, and it's no good there by Butler, and Panthers going to get it back down 6-0.
Those 6 points, Santana Anderson. Oh, man, what a spin move there.
Shepard no good. Second chance, though, underneath. And the first 2 points as the crowd finally comes to life here in Pleasure Ridge.
A great putback by the big man. Finds his spot. Make it happen.
Perkins inside, kicks it back up top to Jones. Jones downhill, and he'll miss the shot. Got all the way down the block, left side. Taken back by PRP. Finch trying to go coast to coast and got inside the paint, draws contact. And that's going to be the first foul here on the Bears.
And what you see from Chris Finch, he almost made that spinning jumper from 18 on the prior possession, but that possession right there, he's strong with the basket.
Finch
with the ball, I mean.
Yeah, Finch a 53% free throw shooter in his junior season and makes the first. Tonight's game is presented by Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors. Finch averaging about 9.5 per game from the field. And goes 1 for 2 there. And it's a 6-2 game.
That at 2-3, they're extending on that perimeter. The quickness, you got good movement from all 5 defenders. You want to try and get that free throw line.
Russell up top, gets it to the corner.
If you're Butler, and they do, they get it to the free throw line. And
inside, no good underneath. A second chance right there for Perkins, no good, and it's taken back by Chris Finch for Pleasure Ridge.
The Panthers, Butler, the Bears got what they wanted. They got to the middle of that defense. They got 2 good looks, one on the original shot and one on the putback. Couldn't get him to go.
Back up top, high on the left side with Finch.
Good
Finch
man-to-man.
making his 19th game tonight.
Good man-to-man pressure from this Butler defense.
They can use as much time as they want here. That's what we were seeing early after a quick timeout used by PRP. To the corner, double teamed over there, trying to get out of it, and we're going to have a hold there on Butler. And a technical foul. The ref's right on top of it. Didn't like something that Kevin Geary said. And he's teed up here with 3:38 to go in the first.
Boy, that's a tough one. That early, that's a tough one.
Officials meeting about something at center court.
Whose ball is it? Where will it be?
It should be PRP ball with some free throws with the technical foul. We'll see who Pleasure Ridge wants to put on the line. And it's going to be the senior
Now, wait a minute. There's the wrong end, man. There's the wrong end. Officials, come on now. If he would have made those free throws, they would have counted for Butler.
Paul, maybe you need to go down there and do some officiating.
No, they just got a little confused. I think both teams got a little confused as to what the actual call was after the technical, if there was another foul called, but they all moved to the other end for some reason.
So Glass, their leading scorer, who's been excellent on the line this year at 74%, but misses the first, and they'll have one more.
Oh, man. He's an excellent shooter, but he just checked into the game, and that's his first touch of the game. I would not have done that. I would not have. I mean, Coach knows him. He's a senior. He hits free throws at a very high clip, and to miss 2 like that as soon as your first touch, that's not easy.
Up top with Shepard. He'll get inside the paint. We have a foul again here on Butler as Shepard tried to go downhill.
That was a hand check there.
That's going to be the 4th here already with 3:32 left in the first.
That's on Glenn Knox, his first.
Back out to Shepard. Shepard gets inside past the free throw line, misses it from apron right there. Goodman for the second chance.
Goodman making the most of these opportunities in and around the basket. Call it garbage time, garbage man, or whatever. He's picking up the pieces.
Knox back up top. Their leading scorer, Dayton Williams, going to hand it off right side to Perkins. Everything around the perimeter. To Williams, skip pass. Back now to Knox. He'll line well from top of the arc, and he got it from long range.
That's a big three, John.
Glenn Knox. Inside on the other end, no good there by Gray, and back to the Bears.
I mean, points are not easy to come by here, and to get a three and then follow it up.
Williams into the lane, and Dayton Williams to the hole.
To follow it up with that, that's a 5-point run, and it could, in any other game, it's like a 10-point run, the way these teams play defense.
11-4 here early in the first. Warfield, 6'7", gets into the paint and uses the right hook from 5.
And that's where he needs to be more of. You can see him. He's okay on the perimeter. He's just not as comfortable as he could be or should be, but he's very comfortable in and around the basket on the block.
Warfield, only a freshman, but has played very, very well. Up top.
Ooh.
Russell swings it across, 3-ball left side, no good there by Knox, and tracked down in the corner by Goodman. 5-point game here, 1:40 left in this first. 3-ball, Zach Goodman no good, and it's back to the Bears and belongs in the hands there of Williams. Dayton Williams gonna pass it over and slow it up with Perkins.
This PRP team, it almost looks like a 3-2 or a 1-2-2. They have a size disadvantage on the one block where Aiden Glass is.
Pass back out, good look there for Williams, no good, but tracked down a second chance. Knox, he'll fire again.
Good box out by Aiden Glass to give space for his teammate to get the board.
Goodman inside, trying to get into the lane, spun around, stays with it, and he puts it in.
That's just grit and effort right there, John.
3-point game. Butler with the early lead. Pleasure Ridge Park trying to climb back into it.
And you saw Williams again, a little uncomfortable, and after he delivered that pass, I'd love to see him just streak to the basket and create some problems inside for the Butler D.
Butler might be told right here to hold the basketball the last 30 seconds. With no shot clock, they can use all the time they want. Knox back up top to Russell, and that 2-3 look, and inside into the lane there, and we got a foul, and we got an extracurricular one called right there on PRP.
Well, that's not...
Eon Gray was unhappy about something. And that's going to be a technical assessed and back to the stripe.
I don't know, when you slam the ball down, if you catch it, that's one thing. But if you don't catch it and it got away from him, then that's another.
So Dante Russell makes the technical foul, and he'll have one more shot at the line.
You see Santana Anderson coming back in the game. That young man, what a sequence he had in about 15 seconds. A near steal, then a steal, and an incredible driving layup. Then he gets a steal on the immediate inbounds pass where he had his back turned to the inbounds passer, turned around, jumped up, stole the ball, and dished it for a layup.
So Russell makes it a 5-point game.
It's a big sequence here to extend to 7, maybe 8.
And this possession started back around 45 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Good defense, good trapping.
Russell swings it across to Knox. Back up top, 3-ball, no good there.
Had to rush it.
Anderson couldn't hit the rim, and that's how the first 8 come to an end. After one quarter, it's 13-8.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back here at Pleasure Ridge, we head to the second in a 13-8 game. Paul Najar, I'm John Baldridge, as Panthers will get the basketball, and they'll move it left to right to the corner.
There's
Ball.
Aiden.
Good.
That's Aiden Glass. That's his territory. You get him in rhythm, in form, good movement, finish. And that 5-point lead that could have been 7 or 8 at the end of the first quarter due to that terrific trapping zone, and they
Anderson
show it again.
Trapped way up here, and he'll get it over to the corner. Looking to get it back there to Wells, and it's deflected out. Going to be off the hands of PRP.
PRP turning up the D. Coach Kinley, I mean, that's where his bread is buttered.
Both of these teams coming in 11-12 on the year, looking for a big win and a huge South rivalry matchup here in Louisville this evening.
Now the South End out in full force tonight here at Pleasure Ridge Park. The PRP student section to our right, and across the way in the fatigues and camouflage.
Knocks a long three, and he hammered it home for about 25 feet.
You know, John, you see that almost every team has that unconscious shooter. It has the green light from seemingly 30 and in.
Lynn Knox made one early in the first quarter. Has one right there. Inside. Goodman got it stripped. It will stay with the Panthers, though.
All right, Santana Anderson giving up about 6 inches to Goodman, but what quick hands. Quickest player on the court, the sophomore.
Shepard gets it in. Back up top to Glass. Their leading scorer, averaging 11.3 per game, and he'll hand it off to Finch. Chris Finch inside the paint, and it's taken away. And a 3-on-1 break. Passed ahead and laid it in. Glenn Knox.
Got to get back. Got to stop Shepard, and they get the foul.
It's going to go there on Darius Wells. Be thrown in by the Panthers in front of the Butler bench. A couple substitutions both ways early on here in the second quarter.
I think that was on Anderson, actually, in his second.
A busy slate of games tonight around high school basketball, not just here in Pleasure Ridge Park. We'll take a look at some of those scores coming up at the halftime show. It was a good first game we had as the Butler girls team in varsity action won 56-51 over this PRP team here around 6 o'clock. Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight, and up top, Warfield has it for the Panthers.
See, he's out here and he's stuck. And once he gives it up, he's got to dive down inside, get to that rim.
Goodman gets down to the block, left side, got his fender in the air and lays it in.
It was Aiden Glass who made that quick move, John. But, you know, they're similar players. They actually look alike, a lot alike, 23, 24. But they make the same type of aggressive moves.
Skip pass to the corner. No good there for Terwell, but a second chance underneath. Staying with it was Wells, and he's fouled, and he'll head to the line.
You know, you see Warfield play inside, and there are just a couple of adjustments the junior has to make, I think, to really have a significant impact. He has an impact on the game, but to have a significant significant impact. He's got to make himself a little bigger and know where he is on the defensive end, away from the basket. He gets a little stuck underneath there, John. And then on the offensive end, he gets out on the perimeter. He's got to dive down to the block. Good rebound there by Warfield.
Wells, who's a pretty good free throw shooter at 60%. 0 for 2 there, though, and stays a 5-point game. And up top, they have it with Finch. And you see Warfield really coming out here a lot as they hand it off right side. The three, no good by Shepard. And it deflects back out, and a 2-on-2 break for the Bears. They'll get inside, and we got a tie up.
Good job by the defense there from PRP.
Perkins going in just a little too fast. And this one's going to stay with the possession arrow to the Bears.
That was Rayvon Lee, number 25, getting his hand in there to tie it up.
Jaden Perkins going to throw it in, gets it to Williams. He'll fire from distance, and it's no good. And deflected back out and set back up top with Jaden Perkins, the 5'8 senior. Right side with Perkins now. Picked up here by Shepard.
2-3 zone. You want to see Warfield in that middle. The long arms, the 6'7 junior.
Williams, a good pass. Extra one to the corner, and we got a foul. Up in the air went
Warfield.
And that's going to be the first on him, the second here on PRP in this second quarter. And Goodman going to check back in as Panthers going to make a substitution.
You know, you see big number 42, Tristan Warfield, and I'm sure our producer Tim Bryan will remember a famous Warfield who also wore number 42.
With our producer Tim Bryan and I, the man keeping your picture looking good on the camera, Greg Bryan.
Oh.
Paul Najar, I'm John Baldridge. Inside at the free throw line, knocking it down, Dayton Williams.
Williams, quick release for the finish.
20-13, 4:10 to go here in the first half. Finch goes to the cup and lost it out of play. It will stay, though, with the Panthers.
You won't remember this Hall of Fame football player, John, but he also wore number 42. It was Paul Warfield. He was a great with Cleveland and then with the Miami Dolphins on their Super Bowl, undefeated Super Bowl team.
Trying to get it ahead to Jordan Perkins, and they're going to call a goaltending. That's going to make it a 9-point game.
That was the correct call. It was hit after the ball touched the backboard, so automatic goaltend, almost automatic goaltend every time that happens.
22-13. Finch has it up top.
This is where PRP has to be really careful. Got to stay within range.
Shepard trying to get down to the paint and lost out of bounds as he hit the deck. And this is going to go back and bring the length of floor with the Bears.
Got a little bit ahead of himself, did Shepard.
It's been a fun game so far through the first 13 minutes or so. And inside, good passing down the block. Right side going up strong and laying it in there is Carter. And a timeout used, the second one here by Pleasure Ridge in this first half. Will break 24-13. Butler on top on Glycott.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
Butler on top by 11. Panthers going to get the basketball back. Look at the all-time series between these two teams. PRP has dominated, winning the last 3 matches, but overall they've won 27 of the 38 times they played this Butler team. Trying to fight back right now. Warfield down at the block. Spinning around and throws it away. Bad pass, looking for Finch. Back to get it as Williams lost it, stays with it though, and skips it to the right side. 3 ball is up from the corner, and Dontre Russell answers from distance.
Dontre Russell also had a strong early surge in this game, but this 14-point lead is big right now for Butler.
Glass in the paint, got it stripped, and trying to go hammered home, and able to do so right there is the big man, Dayton Williams.
Right back was Glass. He got that one deflected.
Warfield right there for the second chance, and off the glass it falls to slow down the momentum for Shepherd. And it's a 14-point game with 2 and change left here in this first half. You just got to find a way to get some stops.
And they will. They play good defense, this Butler team. And this half-court trap has given Butler, this PRP half-court trap has given Butler's offense some real fits as they bring in some reinforcements at the guard position. Boy, PRP is they're playing small right now.
Up top, they have it with 1:55 left here in the second. Inside the three-point line, no good there. Second chance, missed it, and taken back by Warfield. Opportunity by Neek Thompson, no good. Set back up here with Shepherd. He'll line one up. Doesn't get the shooter's bounce as it rattled in and out, no good. Panthers right there for the second opportunity. Inside the lane, shot no good for 5 by Merriweather. And get a third chance bound to Merriweather, and Terry Merriweather will head to the stripe.
Warfield did an excellent job of keeping that ball alive and getting it to Merriweather. And that's where Warfield has to play. He's a little fatigued right now. He's played every minute of the contest, and he's got to find ways to stay inside the painted area.
We got a timeout on the floor. 1:21 left in a 14-point game. We'll break. Be back in a moment on Glycott.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
A 29-15 lead for Butler here on the road tonight. Back with Paul and Ajar, I'm John Baldridge. And Paul, what have you seen you really like with a couple minutes left here in this first half from Butler?
The aggression of their defense, John, has been exceptional. They are in the Panthers, every player, every pass, they are being challenged by this Butler defense, individually and collectively.
Terry Merriweather will head to the line after 3 opportunities on the offensive side of the floor on the last possessions for the Panthers. Merriweather whistles the first.
6 seconds to go in this second quarter. You want to see those free throws. I'm sorry, with 1:21 to go. There was 6 seconds on the timeout when I looked up. You want to see these opportunities go down for PRP to just shrink that lead.
Merriweather goes 1 for 2. It's a 13-point game. Russell in the corner.
Oh,
Russell gets it taken away, stripped by Gray, and he's fouled in the back. Trying to go coast to coast, and Dontre Russell doesn't like the call for Butler, but back to the line will go the Panthers.
Oh, he got him. He got him on the way up, nonetheless, he got him. It was a 2-shot foul for sure.
1:04 left here in the second. Trying to cut the deficit. You got to make free throws in the first is no good.
John, it's contagious. PRP and Butler in the girls' game both missed a lot of free throws, and now we're seeing it again in the boys' game.
Keon Gray, the 5'7" junior, coming in averaging about 8 points per game. A 52% free throw shooter from the line. And his second is up and no good either.
So he gets 2, but he can't convert. They missed the third one, so it would be a 10-point game. They hit those 3 free throws.
Williams takes some contact in the paint. He hit the deck. This is going to be the 4th foul here on PRP in this quarter. Bears will throw it in underneath.
Williams has impressed all night long. He's a little slender, but he's strong, and he's got a knack for finding open space inside.
We saw this earlier in the girls' game as they had to get out there and get some towels to wipe down the floor. Same story right now.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
As we were talking about in the first game, you got the fans going in here. We had a game earlier this year I did in December, and I can remember just the atmosphere and people getting in here. It makes it very congested sometimes.
It does. It can get very humid in these gyms. Central's like that. Manual is like that. This gym is like that. And when the humidity goes up, the moisture on the floor gets on it, and it can be tough.
Wells no good and passed ahead and left alone. Aiden Glass lays it in for 2.
That's the type of pressure that PRP with this extended defense. Now they got a 1-2-2. They're going to trap this pass. They're in trouble here. Butler's got to get it across, and they do.
Able to get it ahead to Wells. He'll get inside and got it taken away.
And that's all they want to do. PRP just wants to make you rush.
Glass again, this time no good as he got down to the block and laying it on the other end. A beautiful throw to Dayton Williams and lays it in for the deuce.
And Williams is supremely athletic. That was not an easy pitch, catch, and finish.
Got a whistle before PRP could cross the timeline, and it gets back
they threw
to
it
Butler.
in bounds, and he was looking up ahead to Aiden Glass. Aiden Glass never looked up, and it went out of bounds. So the ball comes in where it was thrown in bounds.
Dayton Williams downtown, and he answered again.
Dayton Williams, inside, outside, 25 feet, 23 feet, 2 feet. It doesn't matter. The man can finish. We saw him with bunnies inside. We saw him with a 12-foot fadeaway, a little step back, and then that 22-footer as well.
Ejon Shepard to the cup, missed the shot, but he'll head to the line. Shepard, who's been a solid ball player for this team, that you're averaging over 10 points per game, their second leading scorer, comes in making his 24th start tonight, had 15 back on the 5th against J-Town in the last action for this PRP team, and makes the first, a 62% free throw shooter. We'll have one more at the stripe. 1.5 left here in the second, and that cuts it to a 14-point game. Butler will not get a shot off, but they head to the locker room with a 14-point lead here on the road after 16 minutes of play. We'll come back, take a look at some halftime stats, and get you set for the second half coming up on Glycott.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
a life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
Back here with Paul Najar, I'm John Baldridge at the break. It is a 34-20 lead for Butler here on the road, and a very competitive first 16 minutes we saw. Butler, though, with the big hand early.
And it was all fueled by the defense, and we talked about that pregame. What are the keys for both teams? Both teams are terrific defensive teams. But for Butler to come out and score 34 points in this rivalry game on the road, it might as well be 60. I'm not kidding. 34 points. You think about what they average per game. I mean, they're on track for 68, right?
Yeah.
And that's what do they average per game?
Butler's averaging 65, and PRP's only giving up 57.
And PRP only averages 57. So you're dealing with a Butler team that can score off their defense. PRP struggling a little bit with their scoring off their defense. They're playing good D. It's just they're not making shots. They're having some issues in their offensive sets, John. And look, my coaching hat, I haven't worn the analyst headset in a long time.
You're doing a great job.
But what Coach Lieberman would say, and I hope, Mark, you're feeling better real soon, what he would say is this defense is fueling their offense, and that's a furious defensive effort from Butler.
Well, both of these teams come in at 11 and 12, and you talked about the numbers we looked at there. This Butler team has only given up 20 points. They're averaging giving up around 63 a game, so that's a big number for them here early.
And they found something with their perimeter defense. They're out. They're just staying in front of the ball really well, and they're containing opportunities. They're not giving many opportunities, PRP. PRP had a few breakaways because they're extended, and we'll probably see more than that in the second half. Their extended half-court trap, that 1-2-2 trap. But other than that, it's taking advantage in the half court of their quickness. Butler's quickness on defense has really given PRP some fits.
You can see the scores going on, presented by Traditional Bank tonight. Who you bank with matters in tonight's halftime stats here at Pleasure Ridge Park on Glide Cutter, presented by Ruoff. Ruoff Mortgage, Ruoff opening doors. We'll take a break, come back, and get you set for the second half shortly here on Glide Cutter.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
Blind Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 male graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back here as we get set for the second half coming up alongside Paul Najar. I'm John Baldwin, our producer tonight, Tim Bryan. And it's been a fun 16 minutes, fun 16 more to come. Digest some basketball with us on this Friday evening. 34-20, Butler on top. Both teams back on the floor. And what do you expect to see in the second half?
I expect more of the same from Butler. A lot of defensive pressure. They've got the quicks. They've got the size. Well, really, they've got the quicks advantage. But for PRP, you want to see that half-court set, those half-court sets that they're running. You want to see more efficiency, especially when they go inside out, when they're on the perimeter with Warfield, the 6'7" junior. Got to get him back inside. I don't mind him stopping on the way down and helping to reverse the ball and alleviating some pressure, but he's got to get in that paint for some touches.
Camo night here in the student section in Pleasure Ridge. A lot of students have came out for Butler too in this rivalry matchup. PRP gets the basketball to start the second, and they're looking down low to the big man, Tristan Warfield, right away, and they get him involved.
We get him. That was the number one. Well, there you go. That's what we talked about all first half, and just now they get Warfield inside, and bingo.
Warfield 6'7". He's hard to handle down there.
It's an old cliche. You got to take advantage of your advantage. You got a 6'7" guy. They got a 6'4" guy. Make them play.
Anderson to the corner. 3 ball up there by Williams, no good, and the rebound's tracked down by Goodman.
And now you just take one stop. Let's see a good possession. Finch to the rack.
Trying to go end to end and missed it, but right there, Warfield a second chance and goes up strong underneath.
2 possessions, 2 2-footers for Warfield. That's what they need.
And it's back to 10. 34-24 as the student section coming to life.
And you see Butler now slowing things down, playing a little flat-footed, trying to get organized. It's just a 2-3 zone. They got to get that ball to the middle of that zone. Find number 5 right at the free throw line. There he is. Look, wide
Down
open.
Inside the alley, no good there, tipped out, and this will stay with Butler.
And you know, you get that opportunity from the free throw line. You basically got a 2-on-1 situation. Williams got the tip off the miss.
Up top they have it. In the paint again, over this time to Williams. Williams trying to get into the lane, and he'll draw contact. And the first foul by either team will go on PRP here with 6:30 left in the third. Thrown in here, and they'll set it back with Anderson. Anderson trying to look for Williams, able to get it to him. Back to Dontre Russell. We're seeing that zone look here early for PRP.
Yeah, and you know, their zone has been effective. They just got to find a couple more stops, keep themselves in this game. Keep contact. They're slowing Butler down with this zone. And where they've got to watch is giving up that middle.
We saw this early in the first quarter, at the end of the first, using all the time they want. Same story here, and they take a shot from long range, and it's good by Jaden Perkins.
Perkins, I mean, that's, man, you're out there, you got a hand up, but just a little late.
Glass back up top, and a man here for the Bears.
And an excellent finish on that long-range jumper.
Shepard inside the paint, trying to get into the corner. A bad pass, but gets it back.
I thought he thought he got fouled too. I think he did, but they got ball. And this is where Warfield has got to move with purpose down inside the paint. Finch
Inside towards the rack, and he's fouled.
He can do that. He can do that on anyone. Chris Finch did it against Mail, and Mail is a very gritty, tough, talented defensive team, and he was able to get some real attacking drives against them. That's good to see from Finch.
No good there on the first. For the line for Chris Finch. And there's going to be a lot of coaching adjustments. That could play a big factor as we go on later in this ball game. And a 13-point game now, and Finch goes 1 for 2. And free throws have also been the story here tonight. 37-25. Russell into the lane, trying to throw up the lob to Williams, and a bad pass. Back here to Shepard to the corner. Lined it up. Glass had some time, no good, but Finch right there for the second chance and sets it back up top.
That's as tough a 6'2 guard as you're going to get, Chris Finch. Attacking the offensive glass.
Finch averaging only 3 rebounds per game, but a big one right there. Finch, the 6'1 junior.
They're looking to isolate Warfield on the block. Oh, you missed him. But that's a really tough matchup for Finch because it's Williams on him, and Williams, his 6'4 length and those long arms, tough.
Finch, no good right side, and it's back. The rebound goes to Perkins. Perkins to Anderson. Santana Anderson answers from the top of the arc.
Boy, when you leave them hand down, man down, as Mark Jackson would say, and both times, tough break, but great for Butler.
15-point game. We'll be back in a moment.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name is Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
"15-point game, 4:06 left in the third. Butler trying to come out the victory and get back to 500. Both teams come in 11 and 12. And just like when you feel like PRP has a chance to get back in the ball game, Butler puts on a little more run.
They find a dagger or two, whether it's inside, three-point play, a three-pointer from distance. These are, PRP just gets there, and as you see, Warfield, his third layup of the second half.
He's got 6, and he gets involved again.
He just was too far from the basket that entire first half. To not make that adjustment really hurt them opportunities. But see, that extended half-court pressure we talked about leading to steals and opportunities for PRP.
Andrews took it away, trying to go inside with Zayden Glass, but they call the travel and back to Butler.
Glass has hit a 3, but not as effective as he normally is tonight. It's a diamond three-quarter court pressure, 1-2-1-1. Looking to force some turnovers, force a little pace.
And we got a blocking foul out on the left side here in a 13-point game. It's going to be the second on the Panthers.
Anderson was swarmed there by the two defenders from PRP. Not much contact.
Williams will throw it in. Williams, their leading scorer, as I mentioned, coming in, averaging over 20 a game. Only 2 players on this team over 10 points per game. And Williams, though, has 20 a game. Back up top, 3 ball, no good by Perkins.
You see that drive and dish. Williams sees the court well.
Kick to the corner, Finch inside, trying to use the baseline and missed it off the side of the rim. Up top, here they have it. Santana Anderson, who got the start tonight, having a good ball game, making his 22nd appearance. To the corner to Perkins, back to Anderson. PRP really coming out on that 2-3 right now.
They are extended. They've gotten burned twice this half on threes from long distance.
Down 13. Time winding down in this third, though.
Butler taking a lot of time here. I'm not sure what their objective is, but as you slow down, that's...
Williams draws contact in the lane.
That's a tired foul. He's been out there the entire contest, hasn't had a break yet.
Well, that's like the third time we've seen tonight, Paul, that this Butler team has used a possession that's lasted over about 45 seconds.
Butler knows how to handle clock, that's for sure. They are capable of getting those types of long possession good looks.
Lynn Knox back in. The 5'3" sophomore has the ball right now. Plays on the JV team also. Had 19 against Ohio County in the last action. He'll get it to the corner. 3 ball up by Russell's no good, and Finch corrals the board.
Russell with a challenge 3 there, maybe a little rushed.
3 ball and doesn't hit anything there for PRP. On the other end, and it's good by Glenn Knox from straight on.
Corner threes, John, are really, really tough to get back on defense. Nice move by Kiwan Shepard to the rack. They're really hard to defend. You miss a corner 3, you tend to stand after you take that corner 3. And they beat everybody back. The key there.
Wells gets the shooter's roll.
That corner 3, the long rebound, they hit a 3, and then they give up a 2 like that. Trading baskets isn't going to help PRP much.
3 ball, and this is off the side of the rim there for Shepard, but stays with it as PRP And they're going to get it back out.
That should have been backcourt.
And Finch is going to get the ball. They're going to get a timeout.
That should have been backcourt. He saved it in the backcourt, and Finch saved it. So full timeout. We'll take a break, too. We'll be back with more third quarter action on Glycod.
The reason I went to traditional bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
It's been fun after about 45 minutes of play in a 45-29 game. Butler on top, and they're trying to come out with the victory here this evening on this February the 9th, 2024. John Baldridge back with you, Paul Najar. And what do you need to do to get back into this ball game of PRP? Is it too little, too late?
You can't keep trading baskets. Warfield inside has been really effective in this third quarter. You'd like to see some more of that in the first half, but that's that's under the bridge right now. Water under the bridge. You got to keep looking for stops. And their diamond and one pressure has in the half court has done it. There's
Goodman, a beautiful dish inside of Warfield. Warfield with 8 here in this third quarter, and on the other end, getting into the paint, goes Dontre Russell, and he'll head to the line.
Warfield, he's had about 5 touches in the paint. 4 of them have been layups.
Russell coming in, had 13 back on the third against Ohio County and 6 rebounds, averaging 12.9 points per game and a 79% free throw shooter. And this is the first.
Get those legs into it, young man.
Russell, of their starters, the best free throw shooter out there. Trying to go 1 for 2 here.
Much better arc on the ball and the roll.
Got it with 30.8 to go, and it's back to a 15-point game.
You know, the largest lead for Butler was 16, and it just seems like PRP is struggling in this half-court offense. They've got to get the ball to Warfield.
Finch trying to get inside and gets it taken away. Stripped out of his hands. Williams trying to save it. Not able to do so in front of the main table.
Good hustle play, but unfortunately Warfield is not on the floor right now. I think it's his first break of the ball game. Trying to buy him some extra rest as they head into the fourth quarter.
Goodman will throw it in here with 13.3 left in the third. Needing a bucket, down 15 right now. And they'll set it up top with Chris Finch. And that defense has been very tight tonight for Butler. And a foul called there on Finch, trying to pull up from the elbow.
And he earned that one. Really good footwork from Finch, the step back. Uncharacteristic mistake from a Butler defender like that for the foul.
Finch gonna have 2. He's been all over the floor tonight. And makes the first to cut it back to a 14-point game. You feel like you want to be inside of 10. You only got 2.4 left here in the third. But you're going to need to get out to a quick start in the fourth if you want to get back into this thing.
I agree wholeheartedly, John. That's where, if you can get a quick steal and a quick bucket here, be huge for PRP.
Finch 2 for 2. They'll get into Knox. He'll pull up from about half court, and it's no good. But that's how the first 3 quarters come to a close. We'll head to the fourth in a 13-point game. Butler on top here on Glycod.
When When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Thank you very much for spending your Friday evening with us here on Glycod. It's a 13-point game as we head to the fourth. 46-33, Butler on top here at Pleasure Ridge, and the Panthers going to get the basketball. Alongside Paul Najar, once again, I'm John Baldridge with our producer tonight, Tim Bryan. Taken away, Finch lost it, trying to go end to end, is no good there by Butler. Back to the Panthers. They'll get it to the corner. Rain trying to work the baseline, call for the trap.
Let's not forget photographer or camera videographer, Greg Bryan. He's over there with us, John. And you know, that was a 14-13 quarter, believe it or not. And why? 8 points scored by Tristan Warfield, who's getting a little extended breather for PRP.
Wells trying to go inside. He's called for the offensive foul. Staying in there, taking the hit underneath. And a good job to get the basketball back to PRP.
That was an outstanding job from Rayvon Lee. Rayvon Lee, the sophomore. They tried to go around him, but he held his ground. He didn't turn his body. That was a good call.
And an offensive foul here. This one's going on the Panthers and back to the Bears.
That's just a tough one on Finch. He didn't stop. He got a little tired with that. Got a little sloppy.
Full court press out here in this fourth for the Panthers. And they're trying to get it inside.
Oof.
Getting towards the rack is Williams.
Wonder if they're going to call this a shot or a pass. It was definitely a pass. Yeah, they underneath out of bounds.
So Dayton Williams took some contact. And the towel's back out again to clean the floor. And they'll throw it in underneath here. The Bears underneath the Panther basket.
A lot of history in this facility, John. A lot of greats.
Butler's last win comes back on January 10th, 2020 against this.
Williams from distance.
And on the other end and getting fouled goes Lee. And Rayvon Lee will go to the line. But getting back to the point, the last win for Butler comes back January 10th of 2020 against this PRP team. That was right here in Pleasure Ridge, 65-62. They're trying to get off of that short streak tonight, losing the last 3 matchups. And the first no good by Lee.
This sophomore, I was watching him in warm-ups. Impressive leaping ability. Got to work on that free
Lee
throw.
0 for 2, but strips it away and lays it in. Rayvon Lee.
A lot of energy he has. He went after his missed free throw, ripped it out of the hands of the Butler would-be rebounder. Lays it in.
14-point game. 49-35, and inside no good there, and taken back off the miss by Wells. Up top with Goodman. Inside goes Shepard to the corner to Gray, and he's got it from long range.
And there's a little life. Plenty of time. Only an 11-point deficit.
Trying to get it across, a little trouble too. They get it here to Perkins down low. A beautiful dish down to the block and left in, laid in there by Neek Thompson.
PRP had that defense making Butler move, but great finish on that 3-on-2.
Shepard no good. Back to the Bears. Butler trying to bring it up and they lose it. Shepard, and he's fouled. Almost lost it. Butler doesn't like the call.
Williams got about a 6'8" reach, John, and he got that ball from Kiwan Shepard easily, but they say he made contact, and thus PRP possession.
Goodman gonna throw it in. A little under 6 left here in regulation. Needing some buckets.
Don't like what I'm seeing from Butler. A lot of confusion about who's in, who's on the court. Let's see if they can find a rhythm here with this unit.
Goodman up top, looking down low to Warfield, and he's fouled. Tristan Warfield battling down low, took some contact. And Panthers up Pleasure Ridge will throw it in.
Good
inside
pass.
to Gray, and he's fouled, and they'll go to the stripe. Keon Gray coming alive here in this fourth quarter.
He got good position there, John, and good feed from Shepard on the inbounds, underneath, out of bounds play.
Gray, 2 up coming in the first is no good. And we've seen a lot of missed free throws, not just in this game, but going back to the varsity girls action earlier. And when you're down 13, you just got to find a way to make some points. And 0 for 2 there. And tipped back out by Glass.
Aiden Glass, just 5'9".
Glass gets it back. He'll fire, and he's got it. It's good from long range.
No, it's a 10-point game. 5:20 to play.
51-41. Inside. Oh, what a stop right there. Michael Jones got the Butler crowd into it.
Now Jones just stifled that attack.
Aiden Glass, though, right there for the response.
Glass rises to the occasion. Here comes that pressure.
Back to 10. To the corner. Trying to get inside underneath the hoop. No good. There for Thompson. And the rebound goes to Warfield. Trap trying to do something with it. Picked it up. And finally gets it across to Gray. Keon Gray to the corner. Glass from long range. No good. Warfield got a hand on it. And it's taken back by Butler. Falls the deck. And we got a scramble for it. And back to the Bears. They'll throw ahead. And Neek Thompson lays it in. Back and forth, and finally Butler comes away with it. 12-point game.
Great action there. Terrific effort from the PRP players, but even better from Butler to get that layup.
4:10 to go, 55-43. Alongside Paul Najar, I'm John Baldridge. Inside to Warfield, and a bad pass by Keon Gray. Back to the Bears. Russell trying to go end-to-end, draws contact underneath. And we're going to get a blocking foul here on Pleasure Ridge and back to the line.
Well, can't take a break. This Butler team keeps coming at you. Up 12, up 16, doesn't matter.
Well, if your heart beating's like mine, just got to breathe a little bit right now.
I know it. It's just it just got really intense in here in the last since the beginning of this fourth quarter.
We're up above the fans here tonight, so you get to see the whole crowd reaction too.
I love seeing this. I love this view. When I coached, I often wanted to coach from above because you see so much differently from this level than you do courtside.
Officials meeting at the free throw line right now about something.
I don't know what it is. Not going to venture a guess.
Going to come and talk to the table here. Now they're going to have the coaches meet, as waiting at the line to shoot 2 shots is
Dontre Russell.
It might be.
This
Was
is
it
holding
on the
up play.
ground? Was it on the ground? Oh, it's a jump ball. They're going to call a jump ball.
So 3:59 to go. A big decision to be made down here, and been talking to her for over a minute now.
Lots of subs coming in. 3 for PRP.
They're going to say it's going to be on the floor. They're going to keep the basketball here on the floor, not going to call a foul and send Russell back to the line.
The official was explaining to both coaches, and he had thumbs up, meaning a jump ball, so I'm not sure. Oh, that's bad.
Williams no good.
You don't want, you just came in off the bench cold, and you're throwing up a flat-footed 3. Oh, Finch.
Finch battling home, missed it, stays with it, and can't get his hands on it. Back in a 2-on-2 break here for the Bears inside. Missed it was Russell. They'll get it back out top, though. Into the hands of Jones. Over left side, Dante Russell, and a timeout will be used here.
Good timeout.
By Kevin Geary. We'll take a break in a 12-point game, 3:31 left. You're watching high school basketball here in Glycott on Pleasure Ridge.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
To the block.
Yeah. Back here in a 55-43 game with Paul Najar, John Baldridge alongside, and been fun through the first 3.5 quarters so far. And both teams coming in 11 and 12. Butler trying to come away with the win. If they can hang on, they get back to 500. Same story if Panthers could come back and fight and pick up the victory with 3:31 left. And Butler going to get the basketball.
This Butler team has been impressive all night, just staying on the front foot, especially on the defensive end.
Up top with Santana Anderson.
They've given up 23. They've been outscored 23-21 in this second half.
Down inside, looking into the paint there is Williams. He's able to get it back out. 3 ball is up, and it's good. Santana Anderson. And that's a big one right there, and makes it a 15-point game.
Anderson has made plays from beginning to end of this game. He's an impact player. For his size, his stature, it's his footwork, his speed, and quickness that make a difference.
Right hook, trying to spin around was Warfield, and it deflects out of play. And back to the Bears.
There's a name up on that placard. There's 3, 6, 12, 18, 21. There are 25 players from PRP's history who have been Kentucky All-Stars. The last one was Terrence Farley. He's a big 6'11" guy. Could jump out of the gym.
What year are we dating back for?
Farley was early 2000s. Played for U of L
Lob
as well.
up and doesn't get the dunk, but laying it in, Dayton Williams.
Well executed play. Coming out of a break.
In a 17-point game. Inside, no good. Rattled around, it fell out there. But back to the line will go PRP for Rayvon Lee.
Lee almost got it to go.
Yeah, 2000s. I mean, I was born in 2001. So was that, you think, was he playing here right when I was born or maybe a little after that?
I think a little before. I think Terrence was on some of the first Rick Pitino squads at U of L.
Well, we were talking about earlier, I covered a lot of the PRP football games here. I was looking at some of the key impactful players they've had through the timeline. Over there, Taywan Taylor, you might remember, played for the Titans for a while, was a real successful player in the NFL for a long time.
Yes, he was.
Lee one more. And it's good. 16-point game, 60-44. We got a whistle. This is going to be a stoppage in play here and hold up, and they're going to call a foul.
No. I think there was, they wanted the clock. The clock didn't move.
They cut up 1-1, so I thought maybe they've had a foul.
And that's where he said clock to 2:11. Clock didn't start on the inbounds. Look at that, Dayton Williams.
Get it head over to Anderson. Back over this time, get it to Williams, and they'll just slow it up and try to run this clock out and go home with a victory on this Friday night.
Literal four corners style.
3 ball. Too strong there by Anderson. Board belongs to PRP. They'll do so with Shepard. He'll cross the half-court line. And we got a foul.
Well, if you have the lead and you have the ball, you cannot lose. If you're on defense and you're winning and you foul, you can lose. You just can't foul like this when you're up 16. See, the clock stopped, you're giving up points, and you give, if PRP can hit these two, you give them a chance to set up their press.
Keyshawn Shepard will have 2. Tonight's game is presented by Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen. Thomas Allen, for a hold on home auto or life insurance today, contact Thomas at 502-425-8484. One more coming here for Shepard, and he'll go 1 for 2. Stay with us on the post-game show. We'll wrap it up as Gray takes it away, tries to get it back, and then it's stolen. Out of the hands, taken away by Anderson, and he'll lay it in on the other end.
And that young man has done it all. Double-digit scorer, defending, steals, assists.
Shepard no good. It's back to the Bears, and they'll try to run it out as Anderson corrals the defensive rebound.
Good fake, good weight. Good job by
Williams.
Dayton Williams.
To Russell. Now under a minute. Here in regulation tonight in Pleasure Ridge Park, and looks like the icing came out of the coffin, but they're gonna just try to lay it in, took it away there by Glass. Both of these teams back in action later next week, and we'll dive into that coming up after the break. 62-47. Butler fans cheering them on here on the road tonight.
And these Butler fans have a lot to cheer for. This was as complete a game as you'd want to see from Kevin Gary's squad.
Throw it in after the foul here with Dayton Williams, who's had a very good game. Didn't play in the last action.
For some reason, they're throwing wadded up stuff on the court, and school administrators and officials and teachers from Butler telling the kids, hey, we're going to get a technical foul for this. Don't do that. Oh, my.
No good there by Williams. Trying to hammer it home. On the other end, it's laid in by Pleasure Ridge with Merriweather, but that will be all 32 minutes tonight. The final score, 62-49. Butler comes on the road and wins in girls action. They win in boys action, and they head home with a couple of big victories this evening. We'll come back and wrap this one up in a moment. You're on GlideCod.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
a life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Pleasure Ridge Park, alongside Paul Najar, I'm John Baldridge. Final score, Butler wins it 62-49 here on the road. They win both games as doubleheader tonight in varsity action over top of the Panthers and get to 12-12 in boys action. Pleasure Ridge drops to 11-13. Both teams came in 11-12. Both teams looked for wins, but right from the jump, Butler led and they never gave it up.
John, it was this, you go on the road, defense travels, and Butler's defense traveled in this rivalry game. The road only separates these two schools by about 5 miles if you draw a straight line. It's a long and winding road to get here at PRP from Butler, but I will say that Butler defense traveled bigly tonight. Just from the jump, the way they had that first possession steal and Santana Anderson getting the finish and then stealing the inbounds pass off of that layup and then dishing for a layup. I mean, it was just an explosion of energy from this Butler Bears defense, and that defense prevailed and kept PRP's offense under wraps all night.
Both of these teams go fairly deep, but when I look at it, I really saw Butler, they get a lot more of what they need, I would say, from the second half of their bench.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with what they have on the first half of their bench, which is Dayton Williams, who can score from 20-plus beyond the arc and can score inside. And they know, if their 7th, 8th, and 9th players and 10th players off the, their 3rd, 4th, and 5th guys off the bench are in with him, they still have opportunities. These guys know if they get it to him, he's either going to, make a play or give them a play to make. And that was true to form tonight. A little more depth from that Butler squad, and that gave them the advantage for sure.
Yeah, I thought Glenn Knox played really well too. He had an impressive game, only 5'3", the sophomore. Had 19 against Ohio County, had a bunch of threes in that first half, a couple in the second too. Tonight's scoreboard here at Pleasure Ridge, once again, is presented by Traditional Bank.
Did that say DeSales beat St. X?
I believe it did. Traditional Bank, yep, that is who you bank with matters. And tonight's scores are presented by Ruoff Mortgage. Ruoff, opening doors. We'll come back and have some more here at Pleasure Ridge in a moment.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
good showing here tonight by Butler. And this double action we've seen on Glycad, the girls winning 56-51. The boys come away with a 62-49 win in the second game we saw alongside Paul Najar once again. And what do you expect to see from these teams as we get later on and get closer to the end of the season?
Well, as you're coming down this stretch run in February, you only have a few games left, and you're preparing yourself for district play and then the first round of the state tournament, which really is the semifinals of the regionals. And, does Butler have what it takes to get there? I mean, this 6 region is loaded with good quality teams. PRP is still finding its strides. They got to find offense. Their ability to score. When they're scoring well, John, it's because their defense, and it's mostly out of their half-court trap sets. They get their easy buckets, but you can only do that so often. They have to work harder at getting Warfield, their wonderful 6'7" big. He's just a junior.
Yeah.
You want to get him more opportunities inside, as he showed tonight in that third quarter. They just couldn't get it in the first half. And what you see from Butler, I mean, this is as fine a performance in a hostile, bitter rivals environment. They come in and they dominated from the jump.
Is it harder sometimes to play in a hostile game or maybe like a bigger gym that you see sometime in these tournaments?
When you're dealing with the districts are at familiar arenas, right? You've played in these gyms. Regionals, same thing, but when you get to the semis and the finals, you go to a bigger gym like Valley. These guys are used to it. It's not that all that cranks up really is the pressure. You're dealing with one and done. You lose, you're done, and that's not fun. I was fortunate enough to make it to state semifinal in my senior year. Made it state quarterfinal my junior year. My teammates who were a year behind me made it to the state finals. So 3 years in a row, our program where I went to school in Pennsylvania had a lot of success, but couldn't get over that last barrier. And when you have opportunities like this, this Butler team is finding something. They played really, really well tonight. Size is an issue for them, especially on the perimeter. But when you have a Dayton Williams, man, he makes things better for everybody.
Final score, Butler wins it 62-49. We'll come back, give you the players of this matchup, wrap it up here on Glycad in a moment.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo. It's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're tuned in to JCPS High School Basketball from Glycod.
We'd love for you to stay with us to listen to our final segment. I heard Henry Clay and Brian Station are a 2-point game, so you might want to tune over there on Glycod.
And DeSales St. X, or is that overtime? Wow.
But if you're a Bear fan, stay with us because you're going to really want to enjoy this final segment. Who are your key players from this matchup?
Well, players of the game for the visiting Butler Bears, you talk about Dayton Williams all day, all night, but I just thought Santana Anderson, the sophomore, brought what you needed, the X factor, right from the beginning of this game. The way he pressured and the way he helped. What he is the quickest player on the floor, and they got a lot of quick players. He was the quickest player on the floor, and he did a lot of things early that translated into Butler's success and helped build the lead. And for PRP, the big man, Tristan Warfield, as he develops, they have to score more. They've got to get to 60 points. And the only way is to take advantage of his ability inside. And they did in the third quarter, but they were already down 14 at halftime. And that's where, PRP can improve. But it's Dayton Williams, Santana Anderson for Butler, Dayton Williams for the homestanding PRP Panthers, the two State Farm Insurance players of the game.
State Farm is always there, as I always say. But when we talk about this, you kind of dive into, this is a different region, but, last week I had Mail. They like to work the tempo fast, set a fast pace. Ballard's kind of the same story. They're a little down this year. Trinity's kind of that fast-paced team. I feel like Butler, they're going to be hard to handle because they like to get out there, scrap on you, and it's going to be hard to really put a hand in their face.
They can play defense 30 feet from the basket, 40 feet from the basket, full court. They defend very, very well, but especially in the half court because of their athleticism, their quickness. A team with size could give them problems, but quickness, defense, it travels. It does not. You don't get slower just because you're on the road, John. These guys can play, and with quickness and with that single-minded defense, dogged defense that they play, the Butler Bears, they might make some noise in that 6 region. You never know.
You mentioned tonight's most outstanding players are presented by State Farm Insurance agents Mike Shelton, Brian Morrison. We appreciate Mike and Brian for their sponsorship and all our sponsors here on Glycod. And Paul, thank you very much for spending the night with us, and we'll reconvene down the road.
Just like I said, I hope that I haven't done a couple games with the coach Mark Lieberman. I was saddened to hear he's ill, he's under the weather. Hope he gets well soon, but just tried to do what he does, which is which I could never do, but he's really, really good. But good time on this broadcast. Thank you, John.
We hope Mark the best, and Paul, you've been a great pleasure tonight. For Tim Bryan and Greg Bryan always helping out and making sure we keep this broadcast. I couldn't do it without them on the air tonight. And a final score 62-49. Butler wins it. My name is John Baldridge, signing off here from Pleasure Ridge Park High School. We'll be back with you shortly next week. So long, or have a great week, and talk to you next time.
From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 JCPS High School Basketball. UA Local 502, built on excellence, building a better tomorrow.